The devil has been hunted down, captured and exhibited.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
America overcame Saddam Hussein. The tyrant is dethroned. Iraq celebrates and the world is freed from evil. That is the legend. But 40 years of relations between Saddam Hussein and the United States tell a whole other story.
They were strange bedfellows. But they were bedfellows, there was a marriage of convenience.
They exaggerated, they lied, they made believe.
It is the story of a man and a superpower who used one another.
He was regarded as a more dependable, reliable Arab tyrant with whom we could deal.
إنما بدرت أمور في الفترة الأخيرة كانت تدل بوضوح على أن التنسيق ما زال قائما.
We would have preferred somebody who wasn't so crazy, but you work with what you have.
A story of intertwining ambitions, shared cynicism, and mutual mistrust.
أمريكا كانت تستغل أخطاء صدام وتستفاد منها.
Was it a faultless friendship where we said anything goes? No.
From his first steps towards power to his final fall, Saddam Hussein saw 9 American presidents come and go.
I, George Walker Bush, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute.
America sought to be the uncontested guardian of the Middle East. Saddam saw himself as master of the Arabs.
I, William Jefferson Clinton, do solemnly swear.
But they had more in common than a mere hunger for power.
I, George Herbert Walker Bush, do solemnly swear.
As far back as this story goes, Saddam and the United States were a necessary evil for each other.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help you God. So help me God.
This is the story of a tragic misalliance. When Saddam Hussein had this film made, he wanted to immortalize his first exploits. In 1959, he was 20 years old and attempted to assassinate the Iraqi president, General Qasem. He was a member of the Ba'ath Party, a clandestine socialist Arab resurrection movement. The attempt failed, and wounded in the leg, Saddam sought refuge in Damascus and Cairo.
I used to be in Cairo doing my studies in law, and we were told that a group of Iraqis, about 10, are arriving that day from Damascus. Yes, that was the first time when we met. Mr. Saddam Hussein stayed with me for about 3 or 4 nights, and then he left into a villa which he stayed with some of his friends. He was an ordinary member of the Ba'ath Party. He was not in a leading position, but I liked him at that period because he was calm. He didn't speak too much.
Saddam Hussein and was one or two of a small gangsters whom the founder of the Ba'ath Party despised. But some officers looked on him as someone who can actually get rid of the enemies doing the dirty work.
And when we talked together, I noticed that he was honest, and politically speaking, he was clever and determined, but on the intellectual level, one cannot consider him as a profound thinker at that period.
And it was during this period of exile in Cairo in the early 1960s that he, like a number of other of his colleagues in the Ba'ath, became an informal operative for the CIA.
And there is a clear record that young Saddam did pay the American embassy in Cairo a number of visits during this period.
Saddam's links with the Americans in Egypt are shrouded in mystery, but it is certain that their interests converged. The communists were common enemies. The Cold War was raging, and the Middle East at that time was one of the fronts. Far from Cairo, Baghdad was in a state of siege. It was the 8th of February, 1963.
On 8:30, actually, my mother told me. At that time, I was having my bath. I was in the bathroom, okay. And my mother told me, well, there is a coup, there is a coup.
General Qassem was targeted once more. Immensely popular for having freed Iraq of the monarchy and of British influence, he had sided with the communists. Against him were nationalist officers and Ba'ath militants. 4 years after their failed attempt, Saddam Hussein's comrades in arms tried their luck once more.